This is how much stuff I got on my table. So the project is not finished yet. But let's talk about batteries. Is this good? Yeah, so I got my notes here. I wrote down some numbers that I calculated about the old AGM batteries, absorbed glass mats. Yeah, I think so. Lead acid batteries that I got. I'm gonna put some B-roll over this so you can see what I'm talking about. I got those 4 batteries when I bought the boat about 7 years ago, and they cost me about 1,200 euros. But now the same batteries are more expensive, and that was a good deal when I got those. Yep, so I'm gonna compare them when they were new to the new lithium battery pack that I got under my seat here. It's not connected yet. I'm gonna do that last. Now the 12-volt system is running. Not sure if you've seen that video yet. Not sure how I'm gonna edit this. The old batteries, they were 140 amp hours and rated at 1200 watt hours, so 1.2 kilowatt hours. But the way they test them and the manufacturer so the specs, that's the number 1.2 kilowatt hours. You can get it when you discharge it for 20 hours at the rate of 0.05 C. And with that battery it means 240 watts discharge. So that's not much if you are using them for electric motor, outboard motor in a boat, in a situation like mine. So yeah, and the new battery is 6.1 kilowatt hours, rated at 0.2 C discharge current. With that battery it means about 1.2 kilowatt hours of discharge. So 5 times more than the other one was rated at the maximum watt hours. So what does that mean in a situation like in my boat, when you are using the batteries to run the motor and drive the boat, or sail the, well, motoring the boat? In a calm situation, I've rated this boat needs about 1 to 1.2 kilowatt hours to go 4 knots. So with the new battery I should get about 5 hours of 4 knots of speed. That means 20 nautical miles. Calculation that I did for the old batteries, I used the all the information the Excite, or what's the manufacturer of the old batteries, what they gave me, and also similar type of AGM batteries from other manufacturers that give a bit more information about the discharge curves, how they go like that. So when you are discharging them, like all batteries, when you are discharging them with higher rate, you get mostly less capacity overall. So if you would discharge the old batteries with the same amount of power that gets you the 4 knots of speed on my boat you could only get 3 hours of runtime from the old batteries, and that drops the capacity in watt hours to 3,660 watt hours, so about 3.6. And if you would run with both of the boats, with the new battery and the old batteries at the same speed, side by side, the new one is gonna go for 5 hours, the old one is gonna be going only 3 hours. And when they are both completed, the batteries, the old one is 8 nautical miles behind the new one, and that's 2 hours less runtime. Yeah, and if you compare the capacities with the same speed, the difference is about 2.5 kilowatt hours less with the old batteries. The old batteries are not here. Why I'm pointing here, I'm not sure. I dropped them to the recycling center weeks ago. Those are the differences in speed and capacity if you're comparing them with the price points. So the old ones nowadays, they cost a little bit more, so they would be about 1,400 euros for 4 of those dual excite AGM. I'm gonna put a picture here, you can see it. And that gives you, well, I'm not sure how did I calculated this so that if you're using them with the same speed, like in my case 4 knots, you're gonna get 2.6 watt hours per euro, I think. Yeah, it was a while back when I did my notes on here. Yeah, they're so good. Yeah, you can see them. And the new battery, the list price now is about 1,600 euros if you're ordering it in Europe or in EU country. I got it a bit cheaper because there was some trouble with the seller to send it, and also, yeah, I got a different battery that I ordered, but the battery that I got is bigger than the one that I bought, and also there were a lot of delays and problems with the delivery. So, and it took like 3 months, 2 months, something like that. Well, over 2 months, yeah. But if you're gonna buy it now I bought it from AliExpress, the price is about 1,600 euros, and that gives you 3.81 watt hours per euro. That's a lot more than you're gonna get with the old one. Don't quote on me on these numbers, but if I calculate it correctly, you get 46% more watts for your money. That's what I wrote here. So I think I'm, well, that's the ballpark. Let's say it like that. So why would anyone get those big car batteries on your boat anymore? The lithium ion stuff is cheaper and way cheaper than the old lead acid stuff. And yeah, let's talk about the weight and the displacement, the volume that they take. So the new battery weights, I haven't weighted it, but it says like 42 kilos. Those you across the ocean, you have the different system there. Not sure what it is. You can calculate it, but well, you don't have to, because the old batteries weighed about 44 kilos each. So it's 4 times less weight. And the volume that they take, that's a bit tricky to calculate, but it's about half or even less space. So there's that also. The thing that matters is the new battery. I don't care that much about the weight and the size and the space. That I care about, that I can trust it. And also, if you compare these two different technologies, it's easy to forget that the new battery, I'm gonna put that, I can't show it now, it's under here, but I'm gonna put some B-roll when I was bringing it onto the boat. You get so many safety features with that. So there's a BMS board inside, which is battery management system, and that does all this smart stuff. So if you short the battery, it's gonna disconnect it, it's not gonna blow up. If you somehow manage to over discharge it, or like take too much current, it's gonna shut down. The good thing is that I can program my motor controller so that it doesn't draw that much, because in some point it might be a problem if the motor shuts down in a difficult situation and I have to come here and do some resetting from the battery to get it run again. So I can program the motor controller to limit the current to like 90 or something to be safe. So, and also it can detect if you're trying to discharge it too much, like in capacity. So when the voltage goes low, when it's almost empty, it's gonna disconnect itself, so you cannot damage the battery from over discharging it. And that's the stuff that happened to my old batteries. A couple of times I discharged them way down, like should be 48 volts nominal. They went down like 30 or something, which means they are under 10 volts each. So yeah, those kind of stuff, it's neat. And also there's a power button on the case of the battery, so if I need to do some maintenance, I just turn it off, the battery, so it cuts all the power. I don't have to. Well, I have a main switch over there, and also I'm gonna put this kind of well, I'm gonna show you now. So I got these like years ago, I think. This kind of quick fuses. You turn like this. It triggers, and then you can put it back on like that. So it's almost like a main switch and a fuse at the same time. So yeah, and they are 150 amps, so should be good enough. Then again, these are almost useless because the battery is smart enough to cut its own power. How long have it? It's 20 minutes. This one is long. Okay, maybe I'm gonna cut it a little bit shorter if I can. So that was it about the batteries. But 70 years ago, when I bought the boat and the old batteries, the lithium stuff was like twice or even more expensive, and you didn't have, or it was really difficult to get these kind of packs this kind of packages that you get everything inside, and yeah, the price has gone down so much, so now I thought it would be a little bit more expensive, but in the long run you could save money because they last longer and that kind of stuff. But if you get it right, well, if I would have bought this kind of battery from here, Finland, it would have cost like 3,000 or something. Should I do some calculations? How did I get that number? Well, yeah. So yeah, I don't know the exact price. It might be less. I think it's less. Let's calculate like 2,500. Yeah, then we get close. So if you would buy from a local dealer in your country, it's gonna be more than when you can get from the AliExpress, from the China guys. There's always it's kind of like a gambling game when ordering stuff from China and AliExpress. But if you get it right, you can get it cheap. So, but from the local stores, if it would be like 2,500, then you can get the watt hours per euro would be 2.4, and the old batteries were 2.6. So even in that case, it's better to get the more expensive because you get more out of it, and it's way simpler to connect and then have 4 in series and running the cables. You just got 2 terminals and you plug it in and off you go, and you get all the weight and size savings with that. So is it too long? Yeah. So that was it. Go with lithium. Don't buy the old stuff. Leave them in the store. Okay. So let's put it in a nutshell, all this rambling about batteries. If you are deciding what to get, or you're upgrading or something like that, go with lithium. Do the research. Lithium iron stuff, the Lifepo4, that's not that expensive, and also it should be a lot safer to put in a boat or something, somewhere where you're gonna probably sleep or bring guests or that floats on water, because they should not explode and burn like in hell, like those scooters. And that's kind of, if you've seen those videos, those kind of battery cells, those rounded ones, yeah, they are pretty nasty when they got mistreated. So it's almost half an hour, so this one is a long one. So if you manage to watch to this point at the end, thank you, I appreciate it. The YouTube have changed a lot since I last did these videos, so now they are all kind of a bell stuff, and yeah, you know the stuff you can do if you want to, well, help this channel. Well, if you like, you can do whatever you like, yeah. So thank you, bye bye, and see you on the next one.